Once you jump on, leave a message. Let us know that you are here. We can discuss really anything you want to talk about. What would you like to talk about? What's going on? These are compact chaff med pouches. Those will hold a 4-inch or a 6-inch Izzy. They'll hold quick clot. They'll hold Z-fold gauze, S-fold gauze, H&H gauze, NPA 14 gauge needle, dual tourniquets, on and on. These are visor covers. Black, coyote, black and red. These are extra small mesh pockets. These are coyote zippered knife pouches for all you guys that like those. There are 2 cells inside to hold knives individually. They'll hold, 100 grand worth of cash. Zippered utility pockets, multicam black. You get 10 feet away, you don't see that purple at all. These are EDC pouches. These are multicam tool pods. So you can put your wrenches or screwdrivers in there and see what's inside there. Some different boot bags, some tool bags, shotgun pull-out tray pouches. Anything else you want to see? What would you guys like to see? What's up? These are heart boxes Amanda's doing for Valentine's Day coming up. Carbon fiber inside there, carbon fiber outside on the bottom there, off the plates. Check out these little guys. Those are pretty neat, huh? Look at that purple thread right there. Somebody sews pretty straight. All right, what's going on? Anything good happen today for anyone? Zach, what's up? James, Simmerwell, O2 Williams, Daniel Goldberg, what's up? Kiri, hello. Vega, the real 111 landfill. Big man for real, what's up? Got your low profile belt. What color low pro did you get, R&R? O2 Williams, what's up? Thunderhawk. Just won some more funny money. Cool. How much? $3 bills. Bob's, what's up? Byron Roberts. Any Raptor pouch? No, I just have the one. I don't even have it in here. It's in the truck still. There's only one made. Multicam black and purple looks pretty. It does. It does. And you could use it, and at distance you don't see it. Kajamon, what's up? Cajun one. Fuck, dude, I'm never going to see that. Put a hyphen or something in there, and I'll know what it is. Multicam black and purple looks pretty good together. Josh, what's up? Do you have the checkbook covers made up? I'm sure I have some. What color? I don't know. Got my Tiger Stripe kit bag. It's awesome. Nice. We've got a couple more of those if anybody wants them. I know we have at least 3 still floating around. Easy family day. Nice. Clever. What's up? How was your weekend? Good. We did a lot of stuff here on the property, and then we took off, went and had some dinner, went into Murray, Kentucky. Do you have the check? What color do you want? Let's do that. That'll be easier. I guess it's actually black and OD. Cool. Thanks for sending out the quad mag pouches so fast. Right on. Purple thread on my backpack isn't even. No, at distance it's not, man. It's really not. And having those that flash underneath the shoulders is cool, but you don't really see it. Any kit bags? Tiger Stripe kit bags. Tiger Stripe. I didn't do much. Fix my pistol. What was wrong with your pistol? Put a new motor in my bandsaw. That sounds like a lot of shit. Cleaned up the corner. Hey, that motor in the generator is a Honda 9 horsepower. And what's that one Harbor Freight has? Their thing. They don't have a 9. The only thing they have that size that looks the same footprint is only 6 horsepower, which is way under horsepower. And then the next one they have is like 11 or 12, and it's way larger. So I think I'm going to have to go with Honda. Still be great for identifying my shit up. Yeah, absolutely it will. Keep your asshole friends from taking it. Did 8-minute set and A-team roast battle. That's cool. How much did you make? You said you made funny money. Went generator shopping today. Northern Tool, Lowe's. Right on. Do I know the history on Henry Knox? No, I don't even know off the top of my head who Henry Knox is. Got to test some stall mat target. How is that working? What are you shooting them with? Works well as long as you use Full Metal Jacket 22. Did a surprising amount. It stopped it, huh? That's interesting. What pre-workouts do you recommend? I don't recommend any of them. If you ask me what I take a lot of different ones. And if you like anything from Redcon 1, if you use code SOE, that will get you 20% off at checkout. I use Bucked Up a lot, and you can get it at Walmart for $35 a can. And then they have the AF, looks the same. It's got the deer head antlers on it. Has 100 milligrams more caffeine. On their website, they have a lot of $100. That's good for something you were going to do for free that you were willing to do. $100. That's cool, man. And then I use a ton of other shit, right? I use Jocko's thing. I use a couple that don't even come to mind. Anything from Gorilla Pharmacy or Gorilla Pharmacy? It's what's his name? Derek from More Plates, More Dates. His company. He's got some really good pre-workouts, and their non-stim is the best non-stim out there. Murray County and Middle has some weird respiratory virus. Yeah, in the soil. It wasn't just Murray. It was Henry County and Franklin. It was Franklin, Tennessee, a couple of places. And they're like, don't dig in the soil. Are we going to find out that this is some shit that's there every year? You know parvo's in your soil all the time? Do you know kids can get parvo? Did you know that? It's always in the dirt. Always. I know you know that, Josh. Have you checked hydraulic fluid level? I have. It shows that it's fucking fine. You can see it right in the sight glass. Did anyone else hear that interference? Slugs? I can see slugs in birdshot. Hollow points not recommended for stall mat target. Slugs, birdshot, and hollow, because they ricochet back. And if you're trying to get away from energy drinks, right? Are you drinking energy drinks because you want the taste and because you want to constantly drink? Because pre-workout, that's how I use pre-workout too. But for pre-workout to remain effective, you want to take pre-workout with a very small amount of liquid and put it in you, not sip it, put it all in you and wait 15, 20 minutes and then go work out. You will quickly become immune to pre-workout. Yeah, puppies get parvo, but children also can get parvo. It's in the soil. They punch holes and tear out the back of the target. Got it. It was like a radio interference, like getting stepped on while training. Interesting. On here, anybody else hear that? All the color patterns are looking good. What's the dimensions of the covert pack compared to the day pack? Dude, I don't know. I don't have a clue, man. On this channel that you're watching right now, go on there and put in backpacks in the little magnifying glass, put in day pack, covert pack. We did a really good video comparing the 3 backpacks that we make in depth. You will get all your information right there better than I'm going to get. The truth is, I don't know. That video is going to be way fucking better. What is parvo? It's what dogs die from. They basically catch it. If they're not vaccinated, it will catch parvo, and they will die from shitting themselves and throwing up to death from dehydration. I knew an old dude had polio. Yeah, there's still some polio guys around. I want the edge at work. I feel like caffeine doesn't affect me till I come down, till come down hits me. Didn't hear anything. Must be Evan listening to Baofeng. On the farm, we run barefoot through manure and yeah, there's a lot of shit. Your heels will pick up a lot of shit will go through your heels into your body. There's a lot of worms and parasites in the soil. I used to walk around barefoot all the time too, man. Do you do a cover size of legal pad? We don't. I don't have anything for a legal pad. Have you looked at printing trays to fit in the Milwaukee. I mean, it has trays for the pack outs already printed, depending on your pack out. She sure has. She's got a ton of them somewhere here. Yeah, most polio right now comes from the polio vaccine. Most people getting polio are vaccinated from polio. O2 Williams, get some rest, man. Started building a comms bag with a day pack in case anyone is wondering. A Starlink Mini will not fit in an iPad case. No, I wouldn't expect it did. TPM on car tires is a money maker. I refuse to fix those sensors. Yeah, and if you ever put Fix-A-Flat or green slime in there, you have completely shot those sensors. Saw a video saying that charges against Maduro will slowly be dropped because they don't want to reveal the drugs coming from Venezuela are actually from the CIA. I think they're all from the CIA. We could end and close the war on drugs. Look at all through the 80s and 90s, the war on drugs and DARE and all that bullshit. Search DARE. Search DARE conspiracy theories and see what you think about drug awareness. You know what it probably would fit in is our medical backpack. For a comms pack, I'd rather have the medical backpack anyways because it opens all the way. Yeah, I saw that you refused to fix this. I, on the other hand, happen to like having them on my new vehicles. On my old trucks, I don't care. But on my new vehicles, I like having the tire pressure sensors. And on a lot of vehicles, high-end vehicles, they actually add and subtract your air pressure depending what you're doing. Yeah, without dope, what would the DEA do? How would your government fund all of its projects against its citizens if it didn't have drug dealing? They know where those drugs are coming from. That's the whole thing about Afghanistan and Iraq. It was about the fucking poppies. How much oil came out of there? Does anybody know? How much oil came out of Iraq? They charged him with possession of... Yeah, they charged him not only with possession of a machine gun, they charged him with possession of fully automatic weapons and explosives, which is what the Pam Bondi actually said. And how odd is that? Because he owned some F-16s. Who gave him the F-16s? The United States gave them the F-16s. Well, he took possession. He took over, right? I guess we didn't give them specifically to Maduro, nor while Maduro was there. What brand water pump pliers do you like? I don't have a fucking clue, dude. Whichever one works. Whenever I need to go do a water pump, I guess I'll buy a pair of water pump pliers. I assume I have one in one of these fucking 10 tool chests out here. I love the TPMS. Peace of mind. Yeah, that's what it, yeah. Travel trailer, yeah. How in the hell can they charge, how can they charge him with Nipex? Does Nipex make a water... I was at, we were at Harbor Freight tonight. Browsing. U.S. law means jack shot outside of the border. Jack shit outside of the border. Oil imports from Iraq increased over time, becoming a significant source, with the U.S. importing around 250,000 barrels per day in 24. Is what I could find interesting. So check and see how many barrels of oil go in a super tanker, because I'm pretty sure it's way fucking more than that. I could be wrong. 250,000 barrels per day. Yeah, way more than that goes in a tanker. Now check and see how much opium we took out of there on a harvest. Yeah, our icon is Harbor Freight's best tool brand. That's correct. And Harbor Freight has some tools that look identical to Nipex and identical to Snap-on because the patents had ran out on that shit. I'm not saying they are better. Nipex water pump pliers are their channel. Got it. Okay, well, I have some then. You guys are discussing water pump pliers. I have a water pump plier user. When I need a water pump done, Jason comes and does my water pumps. Biggest tankers can haul 3 million barrels. There we go. Timber, how is it going? What's up? Bought a couple Work Pro pliers. That's their Nipex knockoffs to go in a few breakdown. What do you think of them, Josh? Do you think they compare? See where a YouTuber was attacked today in Minneapolis. Are we calling him a YouTuber? You're talking about the dude that always wears the vest, right? Did he fight back? Like, why? He had a bunch of people with him. Like, is that staged? Like, why did they let that happen? What's the rule of thumb when changing tires? If you need one, do you buy two or just replace 4 every time? We just replaced 4. We could have done 2. We put all 4 on because they were still within 10-20%. We just did all 4. It was easy. We were there. Discount tires. It was another $800 to put 2 more on, so we did all 4. Now we're done with it. We don't have to worry with it for a couple of years. Work Pro water pump pliers are okay. Not as good as Nipex. Got it. Heard he got stabbed. Is that what happened? I was wondering why he wasn't getting up. Stabbed. Where do we know where he was stabbed? The guy was going to burn a Quran at City Hall, not supporting the Muslims. But fucker. Yeah, I got you. Is that what was going on? Who stabbed him? White girls? Saw the other night that you have a laser cutter. How have you been liking it? We just use it to cut material with. We haven't changed or made any products because of it, anything new because of that. Work Pro costs 1/3 of Nipex. All-wheel drive or automatic 4-wheel drive vehicle tires have to be replaced in sets of 4. I don't think that's true. I think that's some shit they tell you because fucking we weren't ever replacing sets of 4. And when I was poor, I would replace 1 tire. Like, that's some shit the tire companies tell you. If you look through, like, the Toyota 4Runner groups and you look through the Tundra groups, there's always a big back and forth about that. If you need tires and you can afford to replace them, replace them. If you can't replace the tires and you can only afford 1 tire and you have a tire damaged, do what you have to do, man. I've also run different tires front and different tires back. And then some people want to rotate front back. Some people want to go corner to corner. You hear all kinds of shit. I used to run tires and get pulled over from the cops because there was sparks coming off my tires. And they'd give me a fix-it ticket. And then when the tire finally would go flat, I'd put Fix-A-Flat in it. And then a couple days later, the tire would go flat again. And when Fix-A-Flat no longer worked, I would go to a place in Lakeside that a bunch of Mexicans had this place, and I'd buy a $35 tire. And I go another 6 weeks on that $35 tire. That was my delivery route. It was a Nissan Sentra. And I did, I don't know, 100 so miles, a little more than 100 miles maybe a night, delivering 3 delivery routes. But $35 every 6 weeks, and when the tire would spark and no longer hold, that's when I replaced the tire. I never had the 4 same tires, any matching tires on that car. I got pulled over for not removing studded tires in time. Early 90s, bought so many. Yeah, man, yeah. And then they outlawed them. And they outlawed retreads, right? What's recommended by the dealership versus what has to be. You guys are all preppers. I mean, if you can afford to throw tires on there, by all means, throw tires on there. But if you can't, what are you going to do? Just not go to work because you can't afford to replace 2 tires? I saw a crunched up shit box drive down my street the other night. One of the back wheels was little orange spark. That's what I'm talking about. Only caught the tail end of one of the live streams that followed it. You still got your Toyotas? Yeah, I got Toyotas. I got a TRD Pro 4Runner and a TRD Pro Tundra. Klein selling lower cost plier wrenches and water pump pliers that are worth a look. I've seen a lot of Klein. That's the, is that Channel Lock? The who makes the Channel Lock and vice grips, right? The blue and yellow ones. You will see those tools, and at glance they look the same, but they'll be very different through the manufacturing of the tool, right? You can buy you can even buy them at Walmart now. But when you look at those, like let's say front end cutters or dikes, you will see 2 or 3 pairs and they look the same. They are not the same. Some of them Irwin. Some of the handles are molded on. Some of the handles pull off. There's very different between them, but they look the same. They have come out with lower cost, also lower quality, but keeping the same appearance. So be aware of that. A lot of companies are doing that shit. I run a small one-man nylon shop, and the laser has been the sole reason I've been able to increase volume and improve product quickly. Yeah, because you don't have to have sewing in it. You can remove a lot of sewing by that. You don't have to sew on pals. Most guys starting nylon companies have no idea how to do pals modular webbing. They don't have a fucking clue. Most shops don't even have people in them that know how to sew because they don't have to. Like they'll do a full chest rig that has like 6 bar tacks in it. I hate when the handle pulls off of the pair. Yeah, you can put a 2-part on there, or, you know, epoxy it back. Entry wedges, dynamic hammers. Klein is the company that sells electrician stuff. Yeah, lots of marketing, and it's dealer recommendation, right? They're in bed with the tire companies. They're in bed with the oil filter companies. They're in bed with the oil companies. Pals is easy. It's just like riding a bike, man. It's just like riding a bike. When you do it, you get better at it. Big Goose, what's up, man? You can put only 1 tire on an all-wheel drive, but eventually it will damage the put transfer case on a non-all-wheel drive vehicle with the same ish. Got it. So just get something with a 205 or 208 transfer case. Is it 208, 203, 205? I don't remember. I know 205. Origami simplifies the shit. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, man. As much as I hate laser cut moly, it saves. Sure it does. And people like it because it looks nice. But your product is heavy. Your product's very heavy because you're using laminate. If you don't use laminate, the ladder bars will rip out. And a lot of it still rips out. Do you take your Toyota to the dealership? I do. I am about to stop taking the 4Runner to the dealership. But my Tundra is still under warranty. And for some stuff, I'll still go to the dealership depending what it is. Chocolate chip, I don't have it. You source it, tell me where to get it. Not Alibaba, and we can discuss it. Use channel locks, 10 years construction, Nipex, and hardly ever use the channel locks. Nipex just moves, and yeah, it is nice. Ordered a pair of tactical gloves from Temu, and they sent me free stuff with it. The free stuff showed up, and the gloves failed to deliver and shipped back for some reason. $164 oil change on my 4Runner at the dealership. Yep. We went to a dealership closer and got complete fucking garbage service. Jackson, Tennessee Toyota was the biggest fucking clown show. There's an Asian dude that works there that sounds like he's fucking straight country, right? And he was super nice in the beginning, and he's like, I recommend that you do a coolant flush. And I'm like, no, thank you. He's like, well, we really recommend it because it becomes acidic and it can, eat through things. And Pierre told me they were going to do that. Pierre's like, they're going to tell you to do this coolant flush. You don't need to do it. Just wait. And we didn't do it. And he was a fucking little cock after that. Amanda went around to pick the truck up, and I got in the other truck. We went to eat, and she's like, this motherfucker, my brakes are squeaking now. And they wrote on there that they recommend brakes that she's below the safe level. And they never fucking said a word while we were standing there. We did everything that they recommend except the coolant change. And when I took my fucking Tacoma in there, they were just shitty then too. And a dude's like, hey, I watch all your videos. But that wasn't the dude we dealt with. Like, those guys are... And when we went to Paris, I got a brand new fucking truck with oil change service, and they charged me and told me I had to go and get a reimbursement because they weren't in the dealer network. But Franklin Cool Springs, fucking awesome, man. Awesome for us. They always have been. That's why we drive to Nashville for services. Any OD cop rigs getting... I don't know the answer to that. As soon as we have them, they will ship out for sure. What you don't realize is, you're on here asking me a question. I got 5,000 pieces of paper in motion right now. Where are cop rigs? The real fucking answer, somewhere. Here's some more words for you, though. I know you want a warm fuzzy and you want me to lie to you, but the truth is, I don't fucking know. Those right there, these are just some of the orders that they're working right now. This order was about 3 inches higher on Wednesday. These are orders that are being pulled. They're batched up. Like this order this pile right here is pouches and miscellaneous right here. Here's bags, okay? Those are bags. These are large tool bags and regular tool bags, right? So cop rigs, somewhere in here are chest rigs. And in there are OD cop rigs. We have all the stuff to make them. I would assume they're going to make them pretty soon. This is all shit that was cut, that was waiting on, I think, 2-inch Velcro. What is this? But here's micro rigs. AKM4 micros. What are these ones here? I can't do it one-handed. I'll bet these are all micro rigs right here, which means they're working on chest rigs. Who goes through and separates the orders? I pull the orders every morning and pack them. And then I take everything I know that they have back there, and I'm like, here, you'll see like right here, mesh pockets, right? We've got mesh pockets in motion somewhere that are waiting. Triple pistols right here. This one right here, I need a 5x7 right in the rain, but it's a tiger stripe, which I don't have. So I'll put +8. Cody will go and batch that in with those each morning. He'll go through that whole stack, the others, and then I've also got all of these right here, which are stuff that is not in motion, or there's some reason it hasn't been able to be done yet. And then every one of these boxes also has a slip with it. And every one of these boxes, these are bigger, which means they have a day pack or a bunch of stuff or a large tool bag. And those slips are out in motion also. So the real answer is, I don't know. Used the Keeler dealership in Jackson the last few times, and it's always something with them. Well, I think that's more and more, man. I think that's just more and more. We were talking about that tonight. Like, we went to a restaurant tonight that we have been to several times. We literally go up on the way to Murray to go to this place. And the service has been so incredible every time. and the food's good. And we walked in this time, and we stood there for fucking 45 minutes, and nobody said, hey, we're going to be 45 minutes. We've got some, you know, big parties coming in. Instead, the girls at the front fucking ignored us and kept setting big parties coming in. Like, if you had all these fucking reservations, why not just say, hey, we love that you're here, but just a heads up, we've got some parties of 17 and 11 coming in, and we're not going to be able to sit you. Like, why not just say that? And when we got back in the truck, I'm like, I don't know if I'm coming back here. Like, I've always had a good experience, and this is not how things go here. Something has changed, right? And I said, you know, you just don't get good service anywhere, and the food is different. Like, the food is not as fucking good as it used to be. I used to go, and some places it is, which means it's possible that it still can be, but it's just not in most places anymore. Since COVID, the whole world, yeah, it did, man. It did. It fucking broke everything. Whole cities in Ukraine covered in fiber. Oh, yeah. Dude, there's fucking like 2-foot deep spider webs. And we looked that up. There's like fucking 14 miles of fiber optic cable on those spools that those drones are being flown with. Dano, I do a live every night, buddy. Every night I do a live. All you got to do is show up for it. I own a Toyota 2017 car. I refuse to change my transmission fluid. I think it can hurt the car. Once it's old, I would agree with that. I would think so. But that's kind of a theme with you here tonight, home cook. You aren't going to do anything they tell you. What are you going to do if that car does blow up? That tranny goes out. Do you have a backup car? I take it. I'm not telling you to change the transmission. I would change the transmission fluid. I would not flush the transmission. Maybe just top it off. I don't know. We had replaced multiple engines with Jiffy Lube oil changes. We have replaced multiple engines. Have a aviator at the shop now. Needs an engine and 2 turbos from Jiffy Lube doing an oil. Interesting. I used the Kia dealership. My mom took her car in for brakes, came home with a check engine light. The code was for ignition issues. Sure enough, I popped the hood, and all the ignition connectors are dusty except for... Yeah, I've heard that, man. You do hear those. Especially now, right? Because those guys get commission. So if you're not spending money, they're not getting commission, so they have to fabricate that. Replace trans fluid and filter, no flush. I don't trust any mechanic that doesn't have the cigarette. I like it, yeah. I like it. Well, Dano, this video's up every night the next morning too. I get buddies that message me in the morning because they catch the live feeds at 4 or 5 when they wake up. You know what stayed consistent pre-COVID, post-COVID? American hibachi restaurants, Waffle House. I went to Waffle House for the first time ever. First time ever in my life in Dixon a couple months ago. Lifetime transmission fluid absolutely is. It'll last the lifetime of the transmission. If it's longer than the term of the first loan and the original warranty, that's long enough for engineer. Got it. It'll last as long as the transmission, because when the fluid goes bad and the transmission blows up, your fluid is gone. Is that what you're saying? Still never been to a Waffle House? Well, I think Amanda and I think we paid $20. And we both got big plates of food, right? But do we really call that food? I mean, if you can put it in your mouth and it fills you up and makes a turd, is it food? Sure. But what was in that food, right? Primanti Brothers, not ever heard of it. Crossbones, what's up? The last time I went to a IHOP, I used to like going to IHOP. And then I heard that their eggs are full of, when Amanda was doing keto stuff a lot, their eggs have pancake batter in them. And that was the last time we ever went to IHOP. I haven't been to an IHOP in, I don't know, 10 years. The awful house. I just buy a new car every 10 years, 100,000, right on. Right on. I just touched the screen and it reduced everything. I have been to a Waffle House once in Greenville, South Carolina. It was over 30 years ago. Scully and Josh from Strider and couple Jade usually would go to Waffle House in Atlanta during Blade Show when Jeff used to work for Strider. And he's like, every time you go in there, there's this cook, and he was in there smoking a cigarette at the griddle. These are cool. I didn't know this thing would do that. They'll stand up. That's kind of cool. Everyone should probably get one older vehicle that can't be hacked. Yeah, I have a Suburban. We're going to pull it out and clean it up. I also have a 2004 Excursion. There a few months back, my buddy took me there, and it was awesome. The Artificial Fool. Where are we talking about, bud? I just think this is cool that this little dragon dinosaur guy will stand on his back legs. How long do I keep my vehicles for? Forever. I don't ever sell anything, man. I will light that thing on fire before I go through the hassle of dealing with somebody to sell or buy it. The Excursion's a 6.0. It's no tune on it. Stock. Fucking loaded. I bought it and it had 20,000. Had 120,000 on it, I think. I bought it for 20 grand cash when I bought it. I have a hard time letting go of vehicles. I get attached. I'm not attached. I just hate dealing with dipshits. Any thoughts on nations not being entitled to territories they can't defend? Oh, I don't give a shit. Like this, everybody hearing about all the NATO deploying troops, you know, to these places. They're not deploying troops. Those are scientific envoy. Those are scientists that rotate in and out of there every motherfucking year at the Arctic Circle is what they're talking about. There is no NATO troops. It's all fucking bullshit. We are the guns and we are the fucking teeth of NATO. Nobody's sending troops there to stop the United States from doing a motherfucking thing. Pittsburgh local family called Permonti Brothers. Right on, man. Yeah, stock untuned will last forever. We just did injectors, EGR. Did we do a delete in there? I don't know if we did a delete in there. EGR and new turbos, right? Just stock turbos or turbo. Yeah, we're also the treasury of NATO. Yeah, NATO has no money. How is NATO deploying people fucking anywhere? What'd you guys do today? Anybody do anything cool today? When I'm off this video, I'm going back outside. It is now 26 degrees right now. I've only owned 3 vehicles since I could drive them for. That's cool, dude. What's your favorite one? Went to birthday dinner for my wife. Cool, man. What did you guys have? I had ribeye tonight. I had a fried pork chop. I had a ribeye with black-eyed peas and, no, it was white beans and coleslaw. And then a piece of banana pudding cake. We really do need to start swinging our weight. Yeah, we do. attended Knox Trail 250 event, Springfield Armory. What is that? Tell me what that is. What's that? Knox Trail event. Biggest problem with 6.0s are EGR cooler leaks and the unison ring in the turbo freezing up. When you guys were scaling up SOE, how did you balance out prototyping new design and sewing large batches of goods? We hired people. And I sewed. I think a lot of people don't realize, especially, and I don't know who you are. I have no idea who I'm talking to. But people don't work. Like, when Amanda and I were getting ready to go to SHOT Show, her and I worked 16 hours a day for weeks. Like, when I was getting new stuff to take to Blade Show or to SHOT Show, I would literally sleep 4 hours. You'd see me fucking fall asleep at the sewing machine, and I would sew all the way up to people coming in here that morning and loading up, and I would still be on the sewing machine to the point when we got in the truck and I just finished something that we were taking with us, like the Louis Vuitton backpacks or the Tiffany and Company, bailout bags or stuff like that, right? I would get in the truck and fall asleep and sleep on the way to Atlanta. Like, when I got my first shop and I pulled up to the shop in my Blazer, and I lived 32 miles away, my Blazer ran out of gas. And when I woke up in the morning, I had 3 tickets, right? I slept in the shop. Some Marines helped me push the truck around the back alley. I stayed in that fucking shop for 90 days. I traded some Marines, some riggers belts, and a couple other things for MREs. I ate MREs for 90 days. There was no shower in that shop. There was nothing there. Like, I don't think people understand, like, there is no how do you scale. You just fucking do it. Like, we couldn't go buy 10 buckles or, some webbing, right? You had to buy whole rolls of it. We stole it. We cut it off of shopping carts at Walmart. The first 20 probably chest rigs we made, the buckles are all mismatched. That's why I laugh when all these kids are like, how can you, we didn't have a YMCA. We didn't have a YMCA up there, and I didn't even know nothing about fucking, the system and, living homeless and shit like that. I just fucking camped in the fucking shop. And, but like these kids always like, can you tell me when this rig was made? Is this a real SOE rig? And they show me, somebody did it the other day, sent me pictures, and it was on eBay for sale or something. And I'm like, what's he want for that? He's like, $1,000, $1,200. I'm like, those are the absolute worst fucking pictures you could possibly get. Make that motherfucker send you some real photos, and I'll tell you if it's my rig. And I'm like, that's a tear off pouch right there from my shotgun stuff that had 6 loops, and it just had a cover that Velcroed, but there was no snap. And I go, that's kind of weird. So there wasn't even a hole burned for the snap. So I'm like, send me some better pictures. But he's like, well, here's the buckles. I'm like, dude, I don't know shit about them buckles. All these dudes in these SOE and old, groups that are collecting all this shit, they always show you the date on the buckles. Motherfucker, I've never looked at the date on the buckles. And the first 20 rigs we put out, they were stolen off of Target shopping carts because there was no Walmart in San Diego, right? We stole shit off of hot air balloons to make webbing with, right? We went to Admiral Baker Field because there was a 19th Special Forces unit there, and we stole canvas off of the sides of a bunch of their deuce and a halves to make gear with. We stole tennis nets and basketball hoops to build ghillie suits with. Like, you just have to hustle, man. There is no balance. You just fucking do what you have to do. You do what you have to do to get the money in, and then you do what you have to do to get the product out. There is no balance. There is no work-life balance. There is no family-business balance. You do everything you have to do. Everything you fucking eat, breathe, and shit for the first 5 years of your business is that fucking business. And if she's worth having, she'll be there right there fucking with you. And at year 6, she'll be reaping the rewards. And if she can't do that, she's not worth having, or you're not built to have a business. And I know people like can't fucking grasp that, but that's how shit is. My wife's here fucking working right fucking now. Those are the buckles from shopping carts. Knock spot, 60 cannons from Fort Ticonderoga, New York, to Boston on sleds with ox. That's right, bro. That's right, man. Steel to survive, my grandpa's motto growing up in the Depression. Yeah. I see the dumb buckle pick. I don't even know what. I just laugh at those guys, man. Yeah, people. There is bootleg SOE. There's some dude out there that always puts SOE shit, and I'm like, look, man, your shit looks like SOE, but if you're gonna fucking say SOE in the same motherfucking sentence, you better tell them that fucking SOE didn't make this shit. That's a fucking copy, and it's not the same material, and it's not made by fucking SOE. Other than appearance, it's nothing the same. Correlation to the nosebleeds and vomiting reports and Space Force. What are we talking about? Nosebleeds and vomiting. Are we talking about the Maduro bodyguards? What are those called? LRADs? We had LRADs. Like Jeff talked about it on the podcast this week. We had LRADs. Originally, they were these big like dishes on top of Humvees. And then when Jeff deployed, they had an LRAD that was like this big. He said, we never used it for deterring or for, you know, riots or anything. We played music on it. It's a speaker. He's like, we literally played music on it, on our LRAD. Stick to the code. Take what you can. Give nothing back. I can see the look on some old tennis players wondering where they went. Yeah. Deleting the 6.0 is great as long as you don't live in the state with diesel. Yeah, I don't know why you guys would live there. That's a visual, man. They don't know. I've got a handful of squared away patterns, but barely keeping them stocked. Raise your price. If you're building everything you can build right now, you're at capacity, you have to raise your price. And it's okay, raise your price, see what happens. And don't tell them you raised your price. Just raise the price. If you got a sling and you every time you make 10 of them, they immediately sell out, fucking, and they're $65, creep them up to $70, right? The next batch, and then the next batch, creep them up again, put them up again. Don't tell them you're raising the price. Bitches will piss and moan, and then it'll go viral, right? Just raise the price. Don't fucking tell them you're raising the price. And how are you selling your stuff, right? If you're only selling your stuff in person, you're never going anywhere. Make sure you get your website together, get your social media together. You can always downward depart the price, right? And if they stop selling, you can do a value add. Hey, if you buy this sling, I'll give you an extra adapter with it right now or whatever. All my stuff is SOE. I bought all my stuff back in the day when the buy now, ship now days. Yep. We have that again, right? We have a whole nother website called SOE Quick Ship. And on that website, everything on there ships the same or next day with free shipping. It only works in the United States. Peter Schiff saying, yeah, I see a lot of people. I didn't know Peter Schiff said that, but I saw a bunch of people saying that silver was going to jump Monday. I deleted my 6.7 run so much. Of course it does, because they took something that worked, that the engineers put all that time into, and then fucking constricted it and made it a piece of shit. On Quick Ship also, there's a thing that says one-off and randoms. The stuff from the videos and the stuff that's just a little tweaked. This isn't tweaked, but if the thread was crooked or one of my guys flagged this and it didn't pass, primary inspection, it would be a second. Normally when I pull that shit out, I've got piles of it. It's literally too cumbersome for me to put it online. But every now and then I'll spend an hour or two pulling things out and go, I got this 6x6 zippered utility pocket. It says it's a second. I can't see why it's a second. And I'll put them up there for $5, $10 less, $20 less, whatever. And then I don't tell you guys I put that shit up there. I make a post when I do that for members on Instagram and members on Facebook. And I'll go, hey, I just put these, and I'll list of 20 things up there. And I'll go, I'm going to edit this as I go. And then I'll edit it and add another one, and edit it and add another one. And then I'll copy paste it to the other, whether it's Facebook or whether it's YouTube or Patreon. Those are the only guys that ever know when I post anything up there like that. Any weird custom stuff or original samples, anything like that, that's where they go. But I only put that up for members. So, if you're diligent with it and you check every day, you could catch that shit yourself. I don't know what the tariffs are like when I order. Where are you ordering from? Just notice all the new EDC pouches on the SOE website. Those are neat. EDC pouches. Are you talking about these things? These little ones? The EDC organizers are super cool. This is the EDC pouch. These are not new. We just haven't made any of these fucking forever. I made a bunch of these for Mark Joe Friday for Dump Box originally. I got a clothes bag from Quick Ship. Yeah, they are perfect. I don't know what they're. If you don't know what your tariffs from Alberta, Canada are, I'm sure you can Google that and find out. We ship to Canada all the time, man. There's dudes on here every night from Canada. Seen any flock cameras? Nope, but they're fucking really pushing them for them local here. The sheriff said he's just going to keep asking for them until they give in and give them to him.
They very well might have already given in to him because he was having a meeting last week.
Oh, apparently, yeah, they had a meeting last week. You check Quick Ship all the time? We have a ton of product. I literally don't have time to put it up for you guys to buy it. Like that's literally, I have a table over there in the gear area, and I'll just take a laptop, set it there, put some earbuds in, not even on, and just start fucking entering stuff. Yeah, there's pushback on the flock cameras everywhere. The problem with the flock cameras are every officer has access, and they just make fucking whatever code, right? People have hacked the flock camera system, and flock camera system for middle of nowhere, Camden, Tennessee, it all goes into a pool. People have access to all of that data, to include Amazon and Ring cameras and all that shit. It all goes into the same fucking data, and it's a monthly subscription. The police don't own that. Flock owns that shit. I hate terrorists. We all hate terrorists. I don't know who you're calling terrorists, though. About 50 flocks around me, pain in the ass driving around them. If you guys just cut them down. That's what's going on all over in Europe right now. What are flock cameras? You should leave this video right now. Not being an asshole. Leave this video right now. And just go on YouTube and type in flock camera and just watch a couple short videos. Just watch the shorts. You'll know really quick what they are. And they say they don't take video and they overwrite. They don't overwrite. There's guys that have hacked flock cameras and tapped into flock cameras, and they have the footage in the factory when they were testing them is still on board the fucking cameras in the databases. You could find it on Instagram too. You can just type in flock cam on Instagram. You'll find all of it. Did you know these little dragons stand up on their back legs?
Yeah.
They're fucking cool.
That's why I printed that one. You know, you got these red ones over here.
No. I would think that most people that buy from SOE and do live stream hate terrorists. Well, I just assumed he was calling us terrorists. When a dude shows up that you've never seen before saying something like that, they've legit already arrested people for bullshit because of cameras and data was wrong. Oh yeah, there's a huge one in Colorado right now, a massive one. All the civil rights lawyers are breaking it down. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off of here. I am back. You're back. Where were you? I banned a couple guys in comments on YouTube today. I learned about quick ship from a live stream right on. How can you check on an order? Tell me what your order is. Let's start there. What code did you use? If you're willing to skip the free thing, then type it out. We can talk about it. Landfill, what's up? We don't talk about orders on the live stream for people who don't show up on the live streams. When dudes show up once and they're like, how can I check on an order? You can't. Well, you can. I won't do it, though, on a live. Zach, what's up? And the crazy shit is when I say that, these dudes never reply. Like the dude the other night, never fucking replied. So what's the answer? I'm waiting. Quick ship's dangerous because you take PayPal and I don't have to get out of bed. We take PayPal everywhere, man. I was a Marine. It was a Marine 250 back. I don't have the free thing. If you want to skip it, we can definitely do something for you. What did you order? What was the items that you paid for? Or sit tight, and as soon as we do another batch of them, it'll ship out. Yeah, you're probably waiting on the MCAB because we just did cat bags. What color MCAB? I know that doesn't mean it's not in a box though. All right, guys, I'm out. Everybody have a good night.